When you're vulnerable and you get taken advantage of, it's very difficult.
Scams and scammers are everywhere and can target basically anyone. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us.
We have told you before about phone call and email scams. Well, now one woman in Clay County, Indiana, got thousands of dollars stolen from her by someone she thought she could trust.
News 10's Sarah Lehman joins us now live in the newsroom with all the details. Sarah?
Patrice Rondrell, a woman in Clay County who just lost her husband, is now dealing with this burglary scam. Clay County Sheriff's Office has now arrested 5 people who stole more than $20,000 from the widower. Chief Deputy Josh Clark says the case is pretty unique. During the holiday season, scams and thieves come out in full force. Police say one woman in Clay County fell victim to that.
There were several items, but it was roughly, it was greater value of over $20,000.
The woman had just lost her husband and was being taken care of by a health care provider. Except that provider was allowing a group of men into the woman's home while they were gone to steal thousands of dollars worth of property. Clay County Chief Deputy says the woman didn't even know she was being taken advantage of.
Her husband had recently passed away. She was unaware of the belongings that were in the garage that actually were more of her husband's, more tools and outdoor style of equipment.
The sheriff's office got an anonymous tip December 28th. By the next day, the thieves were behind bars. Clark says the family had taken pictures of the stolen items before the husband had passed away to help make his will. He says those pictures were a huge help.
And it was with those photographs that we were able to identify a lot of the property and to even see what was missing within the garage. Clark
says sadly he thinks scams like this happen far too often.
If you're in that state or if you're in a mental state where you're unaware of your surroundings, it's easy to be taken advantage of. And unfortunately, I do think this happens on a larger scale that law enforcement is not even aware of.
Clark says that if you or your family members need in-home health care, to make sure you do your research so that something like this doesn't happen to you. He says to do background checks and make sure the company is reputable and that their employees are qualified. Reporting live in the newsroom, Sarah Lehman, News 10. Back to you.